Hey, Church on the Hill family. Anybody notice things have been a little bit different lately? Huh. I'm assuming that's the case for all of our lives, is we are a couple days into this stay at home and don't go out and don't do anything mandate or whatever we're supposed to label it. I know lives are very different for us, and lives are a little bit crazy for all of us as we're adjusting and things are changing, and there's just a lot going on that we're not used to dealing with. And what I've realized, and what I think everyone agrees with, is when there's a lot of change and when things kind of go crazy, people tend to kind of panic and get a little bit scared and freak out, and that's normal. I think that's wired in all of us. That's part of what we do. That's part of how we respond to certain situations. But as I was thinking about that, I was reminded of a verse, or actually a passage, that I wanted to share with you guys this morning as we go into this day, as we're trying to just figure out how do we handle this time as Christians, as Christ followers. What are we called to in the midst of this? Um, and the verse is this. It's Mark chapter 4, verse 35 to 41. And it says this: As evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side of the lake." So they took Jesus in the boat and started out, leaving the crowds behind, although the other boats followed. But soon a fierce storm came up. High waves were breaking into the boat and began to fill it with water. Jesus was sleeping at the back of the boat with his head on a cushion. The disciples woke him up, shouting, "Teacher, don't you care that we're going to drown?" When Jesus woke up, he rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Silence, be still." Suddenly the wind stopped and there was a great calm. Then he asked them, "Why are you afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples were absolutely terrified. "Who is this man?" they asked each other. "Even the wind and the waves obey him." And for me, as I was reading that, it was actually really cool because even sitting here preparing this, outside there was a clap of thunder, and it was just a reminder to me of, even when everything's going crazy and when you and I have no clue of what's going on, or really it seems like some of our officials don't even really know what's going on, the difference that we get to have as Christ followers, the difference we get to have as Christians, is that though we may not know what's going on, we know that God knows what's going on, and we know we can trust him. We know that the wind and the waves literally respond to what he says and to his name, and that he has the power to calm those things, and that none of this virus is beyond his control. None of the things in our life are beyond his control, and we get to trust in that. So, church, as Christ followers, my hope is that we can approach this day and every day after this differently, to say, I may not know what's going on, but I don't have to know what's going on, because I trust in a God that loves me, and he does know what's going on, and he is in control of all of it. So I hope, as your world is swirling and as all these things are going on, that you remember that, and that you trust in that, and that you can have peace, and that as a people of Christ, we get to be different, and be different than the people around us, and have them see it, and be a light in this crazy time, to say, I may not have the answers and I may not know what's going on, but I know God does, and that gives me peace, because I know he loves me and he cares for me, and I get to trust that. So, church, I hope you remember that today and every day after this. And if you have to make a run to the grocery store or whatever it is, that his peace can come out of you, and that you can be a witness to the people around you, to be able to share his love and his peace to people that desperately need it at this time. All right. Have a great day.